Hello and thank you for joining me. I am Gregory. This is 1 in 20 D&D, and today we're playing Session 43 in the Kingdom of Agick. This is a 5e D&D campaign. I guess I'll say we're adults. We might use some adult language. Yeah, you've been warned. And also, hey, this is sort of like a slightly homebrewed version of the Princes of the Apocalypse from D&D. So welcome to the Temple of Elemental Evil and such. Last time when we were adventuring, there were some really cool developments. Agick rejoined the party. He helped the slaves that they had freed find a caravan to get themselves back to the castle proper, and decided he couldn't leave his friends behind, returned double time, and found the party at the base of the stairs. Found Boslan and Farron had just defeated some specters, were catching their breaths, and Boslan and Agick were introduced. Farron and Agick were reunited, I guess. A few moments later, Kaelin and Kyra returned to the chamber and informed the others that they had found a tomb of a dwarf that gave them a boon when they bowed in respect. They were blessed with fortified health to the tune of some extra hit points. In the above table words, they were given the benefit of an aid spell. So Agick and Boslan decided they would go and pay their respects and take advantage of that boon, and then they moved back to the chamber where the specters had appeared after doing some scouting, seeing some fungi they didn't want to mess with. And when they entered the room where the specter was, a dwarven apparition appeared, a golden luminescent dwarven warrior, bowed, smiled, pointed to a pile of rubble, and then disappeared. When Agick inspected the pile of rubble, he pulled forth a dwarven thrower. Quite a massive treasure, wonderful to behold. It has proven incredibly effective because shortly thereafter, the party was faced by first 1, then 3, then a total of 6 minotaurs, and two or three of which were breathing fire, which is bizarre. Not sure why that happened. Kyra turned into a dire wolf and was then ridden by Boslan as a steed, and that was kind of fun for a few rounds. Once Kyra was reduced, she then brought forth some octopi. We had Kaelin throwing his blade barrier up, slicing and dicing, as did Boslan, of course. Agick with his new dwarven thrower, getting the hang of it. And apparently it is something of a head taker, because there were lots of critical hits and lots of minotaurs lost their skulls to this new dwarven thrower. So that's sort of where we left it off. You guys just defeated all these minotaurs. You're kind of gathering your senses and catching your breath, making sure there's no further threats. And what would y'all like to do?
I guess just loot the corpses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure, inspect the bodies a little bit there.
Yeah, I have like
I
have 2 minotaur heads, and my octopus are just holding them. Because I was like, yeah, we'll have some trophies.
What are the
Right
green
on.
things in here?
Those are her octopuses.
Octopi.
Yeah. That's how you pronounce it. There you go.
I think these are
They-
land-going
You
octopi.
know that octopuses is actually
theoretic-
a word, so yeah, sure.
Right. They can hold their breaths. They for like, what is
An
it?
hour. The
An
whole
hour?
time that basically
Something ridiculous.
that I can have them up. So
So it's a little bizarre, but they can somehow manage out of water for a bit.
they can a little bit. I don't know
At
about
least.
an hour, but yeah,
Yeah, a fantasy of
Yeah.
amphibian octopuses.
yeah, pretty much.
Something like
The land
that, yeah.
instead of a land shark, it's land octopus.
they're struggling and they're not comfortable.
So which direction did we come in from? Did we come in from the stairs or off to the left?
Yeah,
Right
you
over
came
there.
from the stairs to the southeast, and you're heading. You kind of came into the northwest.
Yeah,
Up the
we
stairs.
were here,
Yeah.
and then
Okay,
we didn't go this way.
I'll probably stay where I am and just keep an eye on both doors. I mean, we've got sort of the octopuses as the first line of defense, and the others can loot while I watch.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I'll tell one of them to go over here and just stand here, and if anybody comes, just grab them.
Alrighty. Okay, so whoever's gonna search, give me, I guess, some investigation,
Yeah,
perception or investigation, whatever you think is
I'll help.
appropriate.
Oh, you know what? I don't have that.
Or you can, if somebody wants to aid, then we can do that with advantage.
Somebody has guidance.
I
I was wondering if anybody had guidance.
don't think so. I don't think Reed has it. No, he definitely doesn't. Does Gitgrot have guidance? I don't think so.
I do not.
So I would just say some straight interested.
Well, of course, I'm gonna roll perception since I have a +10.
That would be
It's like a
good.
no-brainer. I'm gonna roll it on here because I can't get my sheet up for some reason. It's being slow. Ooh, I rolled pretty bad. 15.
15. All right. Fantastic. Now, are you just searching this room for now? That's and the bodies, right?
Yeah, just, no, not even not even the room, just the bodies. Just the bodies. Come on.
All right.
There we go.
So the most, I guess, the strangest thing is that the one that seemed to be the chief or this group was wearing like this huge chain, and that's clearly Minotaurs are just like, they seem to need. The other strange thing was that at least 3 of them have these like blackened snouts, and it's not black like skin from their skin. It's like the fur is actually blackened. You can see this clear difference. They were able to breathe fire, which doesn't seem to make any sense to you. You do see that there are. Let's see. Let's figure this out. I think we'll say there was some coins in coin purses, and that's about it. Nope, actually they don't even have that, do they? No, they seem nope. Apparently these all just have what they're wearing and carrying, which essentially is giant axes and whatever loincloth or something they might have been wearing, and then the giant chain hauberk. That's it. That's all you guys see. The Nothic that was obliterated must have been, you imagine, some kind of underling or something. It's pretty decimated at this point, so there's really not much you can get from it. This room, again, there's this ogre skeleton that's blackened, and it's like standing against the wall of the cavern. It's pinned in place by iron nails and rawhide straps. Some weird kind of like trophy or something. The brazier in the center of the room has hot coals in it. It's full.
I'll go explore the room a little bit while the others are searching the bodies, if it seems like everything else is, pretty cool.
Yeah, the only other thing you find are these like filthy bedrolls. There's 3 of them along the wall next to the ogre.
Okay.
So this room seems fairly much of a sleeping quarter.
Yeah, I'll just briefly peek around the brazier and the ogre, corpse nailed to the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's been held up as some kind of a trophy. And clearly it was burned to like scarred with so it's either a trophy or an offering. It's hard to tell. Yeah, there and again this is uh there's really not much else to be seen in this room. One thing that you recall from the combat is that the three that don't have the blackened snouts were the ones that were in this room, the first ones you encountered. The two that have no armor but do have blackened snouts, you think must have come from this chamber over here. One thing you do notice is like just out of the corner of your eye, you kind of see down in that room there seems to be something on the floor, like some kind of marking or something on the floor. That would be down here. And you
Gotcha.
can't quite see around the corner here is kind of blocked off because it turns up like that. But there was the Nothic, the Minotaur that was the chief, you believe, the guy with the chainmail, and one of the other Minotaurs came through that passage. They kind of squeezed through there.
Well, should we go check out that area?
Yeah, sure.
Which way did you want to go? The one that goes up, or the one with the sigil in the middle?
I thought it was the lower right.
That's where you came from.
Oh, okay. I thought we came lower left.
So
So
we came from over
Yeah,
here.
but we still haven't gone that way. There's like 3 paths anyways.
Yeah, we need to go this way, or this way, or this way.
I say we go lower left.
So down here.
All right.
So
Not down
No,
here.
I was thinking the other set of stairs.
okay, so you climb down the stone stairs, and this stonework the stonework in this chamber, I should say, is noticeably different from the natural caverns nearby. The room was roughly hewn from the surrounding rock, but never dressed or finished. And Gitgrot would know this right away. Like he could tell, like, oh, they started the work, but they didn't finish it. In the middle of the floor is a strange symbol shaped like overlapping circles cut into the stone with 2-inch wide channels.
Can you open up the room so we can see it?
Yeah, sure. There are a couple of exits. One of the exits is really strange. It has this weird, it's almost like there's a curtain, and it's like a cloud of black fog. You still have your headlamp up. Kalen still has his light on his sword. Or if it blinked out during combat, then he would just pull it right back up.
Do I notice anything creepy about this room, like hidden doors or weird tiles or kind of?
Give me a perception check. Yeah. So you'd see this like black fog, and you can't see through it. It's almost like
Which one is that?
It's almost
Is
like
that
a
for the
door.
south?
No. So when you step in the room, this
Okay,
sort of
that's the one.
to the due west, there's this, you can see that there's clearly some kind of an opening there, but it's like filled with this cloudy black fog, and you can't see through it. Like your light is not passing through it like you would expect it to. And around this sort of corner next to Farron, there Kyra would probably notice that there's a few steps leading up again. This
Do we hear
This,
anything coming from the darkness?
Strangely, no. It doesn't seem to sound like there's anything going on back there.
Farron is going to stealth.
Sure. All right, he wants to take a look up there.
Yeah.
He sees something like this. So there is a landing, and then he sees a far wall. Can't really tell what's going on in there.
That was Farron's stealth.
Shit, awesome.
He's gonna come over here, whisper to Vasilon that he's just going to just take a quick look quietly, and he's not gonna alert or do anything. He just wants to make sure we're not walking into anything. And he's gonna go take a peek.
Okay. So when he steps up to that level, he gets a little bit better view of the room, and essentially what he sees is apparently there is a drop off and sort of a ledge. Let me open it up for you. Let's see. You can see a pretty good ways. Oops. Like this or something. Get rid of that there. So yeah, you don't have to go that far in. He gets to there, he can peek in, he sees so a 10-foot wide slab of stone levitates in the center of this wide vertical shaft. There's a shaft that goes up into the ceiling. Like up, way up, kind of like where the stone steps you came down. It's sort of reminiscent of that.
He comes to the edge. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead. That's fine. He looks over and sees that hot fumes rise from below. A bridge-like pier of rock juts out to meet the platform from this wide ledge that he's standing on the eastern side of the shaft. There's like these hot fumes rising up, and it glows with fiery light below this level.
Does it look like some kind of offering chamber kind of thing? Like, is that what we're looking at? Like, we're gonna offer this virginal sacrifice to some god.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, not it.
Well, to do Farron because he's out here. He's the one who's looking.
I would say insight or investigation, whichever seems more. Whichever is going to be more appropriate for him. Maybe investigation.
Oh, yeah, investigation. Although he's proficient in insight. All right, we'll just do investigation.
Oh well, yeah, the rogue thing. So let's see. So with a 17, it doesn't look to be any kind of offerings. So his first thought is that this maybe where the that stone column of stairs. One area of the upper level, his guess is that this leads up to another level, another area, I should say. Perhaps let's see, hold on, let me double check something. See, because the shaft goes up into darkness. There are 3 passages that lead away from this shaft. One thing I didn't get a chance to mention is that there's a small brass gong and a striking hammer near the ledge. So it's sort of close to where he's standing. And again...
So he doesn't have any kind of clue at all of anything he might have seen that could give a little bit of... I mean, he's going to know exactly what it is, obviously, but just like some indication. Is it like magical? You know, is it got to be floating for a reason? Just that he's like thinking, no, it's not an altar, and that's kind of all he kind of got.
Yeah, it
Okay.
seems again this floating disc. There's no signs of any kind of like, bones or anything like that. I mean, it's like a to him it would maybe spring to mind like spell like Tensor's floating disc or something like that. Even though it's a stone slab, it's not an actual like it's not like a force field. But he might think, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's how you get up and down this shaft.
Okay.
And with that gong there, it's gongs are usually, well, it could be something to make a offering, but it could also be something to call, to make a call, like a bell, like a like a triangle. You ring a triangle to call people to dinner, sort of thing. Same concept.
He's gonna walk a little
Perhaps the
bit.
gong has something to do with the platform.
Yeah, he's not ringing that. He's gonna look a little bit further up. Is there anything around this corner?
He sees, he can see where the octopus is, and if he's going to move forward into that corridor, first I want to ask what everybody else is doing in the meantime.
Okay. Because he's just gonna scout and come back. That's what he's gonna do.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, I'm sort of
Absolutely.
just staying there at the base of the stairs to, keep an eye on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bossalon's patiently waiting. Get Grot.
Actually, I'll
let's
probably
see.
climb the stairs just enough so I can peek eye level over and see what's going on in there.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Can I do a religion check on the sigil to see if I know anything about it?
Absolutely.
I'll do that while I'm waiting. I get a 19.
So there's whatever it was is long in disuse. It's essentially been. Yeah, let me just double check. I'll make sure I'm giving you the right information. It was a 19. That's okay. So you are. Oh no. So you think you need Arcana to figure this one out.
All right.
Religion is kind of like you're like, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's my domain. I think this is more the realm of a wizard or mage.
Gotcha.
So if anyone wants to use an Arcana check and do some investigating.
Yeah, I let everybody else know to somebody who'd be more adept in that area. I let them know.
I know.
Perfect.
Probably Kyra.
I know. Farron has Arcana. I don't know if I have Arcana. I'll check.
I think Kalen could do it. He might not be trained,
I
but
think Kalen can too.
he's certainly,
Um,
capable of checking.
I guess Farron will probably just come back whenever he doesn't see anything else and just tell them about the creepiness of
Well-
the red stuff.
oh. Jeepers. All right, that was beautiful. So Kalen just got a crit on his Arcana check. Sorry, I didn't roll it for everyone to see, but he got a 21. So he's kind of like poking around, like seeing Gitgrot look at it. He's like, they're maybe a little bantering back and forth, like, what do you make of this or something. So essentially, the idea you guys kind of come together to piece together is that the drow, before the dwarves took over and started making this, the drow were here. And you think that this was an old damage to the point that it's useless. You couldn't possibly
I didn't get
do
any of
anything
that.
with
Did
it
anybody get
anymore.
any of that? I got none of that. It was kind of
Yeah, Greg, you sort of went Tron static on us for a few minutes there. Well, not a few minutes, but a few seconds
few
here and there.
seconds, yeah.
Can you repeat that?
Absolutely. So when Kalen and Gitgrot put their heads together, you guys determined that before the dwarves were creating their caves in their ancient stronghold, the drow were down here doing their thing. And this must have been a drow summoning circle where they would summon demons.
Gotcha.
However, it's been...
Did we lose Greg? Hello? Hello?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, sorry, you like faded out on us again after some static. Must be Chinese censorship of talking demons.
Right. I just didn't have anything else to say. Yeah, it's been damaged to the point of uselessness, and that's pretty much all you can tell.
Fix it. See what happens.
No.
I'm
Nope.
kidding.
Not messing with that.
I'm just in and watch.
Okay.
Yeah, after that,
so,
I'm hanging out.
yeah, in the same time you guys are kind of investigating, putting your head together, how far do you want is Farron going to go?
No. He's on now, so.
Oh, there we go. Very good timing. All right, so Reed, let me know when you can hear me.
He should be able to see a little bit, right?
Awesome. So Farron was poking around. I'm gonna give you the quick rundown from. Okay, so from last time you guys finished dealing with the Minotaurs and sort of searched that room. The only thing that was interesting in that room was that this blackened ogre skeleton that was kind of like pinned to the wall, either as a trophy or as an offering. You're not sure exactly what. Down in this other chamber, they found an ancient summoning circle, essentially. Gitgrot and Kalen just sort of put their heads together and decided, oh, this must have been one of those drow summoning circles where they brought forth demons and silly things like that. But it's been damaged to the point that it's useless. You came up into this strange room that has this how do I explain it? There's a vertical shaft, and it reminded you of the shaft you guys came down the stairs in. It's kind of a similar, like just keeps going up into darkness. However, here there's this glowing fiery fumes below, like fiery light and hot fumes are kind of rising from below. You imagine that probably it goes down into lava, would be a good guess. But it keeps going up into darkness, and in the middle of this shaft there's this 10-foot wide slab of stone, and it's levitating in the middle of this shaft. There's a bridge that sort of leads out to it, and there's a gong next to the bridge with a little hammer. So your guess is that this is how the fire cultists are getting up and down to this area, and you were just starting into this passage to the northeast, and I was asking how far you wanted to go.
So up here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It hooks around to the east, and you can't see around the corner.
Okay.
There is evidence that this is where the Minotaurs, or at least a few of the Minotaurs came from.
Yeah. Yes, it just in the corner. There.
Okay. Sure.
And I can see it.
It's kind of this real thin. Give me a perception check. Yeah. So between your kind of keen mind and memory and your elven eyesight, you think you see the landing from where those steps led up. You when you peeked through the door in the mine shaft room, the mine cart room where you guys found the dwarven thrower, and you peeked through that door and saw a stairway that went up and went to a landing. You think you're looking across this room to that same landing. This room is this cavern is, well, you can't know how much you can see in of it. I think from where you're standing, the only thing you can see in this room is that there's another iron brazier in the middle of this room, and it's full of seems to be full of hot glowing coals. You have to go into the room a little more to get any more detail.
All right. I'll just go back and tell everybody what I saw.
Okay.
I stand in the middle of the thing and says, I don't say anything. Does anything happen?
So you stand in the middle of it, and you feel tingly. It's kind of like this lingering connection. It's like very, very faint connection. It's kind of those things like if you ever go back to where you were, like the first house you lived in or something like that, or you go back to somewhere you haven't been since you were a child, but you're still like real familiar with it, but you know things have changed. It's not the same. It's that weird kind of feeling of like,
Is it
there's just this
okay, or is it like a creepy kind of like, ooh, or is it like?
You tell me.
I,
How does Kyra feel about her ancestry?
well, I mean, if they're doing all demon worshipy stuff, she'd probably think it was creepy as all get out. But I mean, I don't know.
So
I don't know what it is.
I think there's two things at work. You do. I mean, because Gikra and Kaelin essentially said, "Oh, that must be a demon summon. It's a summoning circle. The Drow, they summon demons. That must have been what they used this for." So you heard that. You know that. So you know that this
then I'd be creepy.
Wow. So there's something like there's some heritage connection, but there's also this burgeoning kind of magical. You put on the headband, all of a sudden things seem to be more, easier to discern, and so it's like, you almost sense like, wow, I could probably do this someday if I wanted to.
Yep.
It's not your
Nope.
milieu. It's not what you've been trained. It's like you've been trained in the ways of nature and connecting to the elements. And this is new. This is arcane, but there's something that's there that it's very subtle. It's almost indistinct, but you do feel it. So
yeah, I'm just gonna walk out. Oh wait, I might keep that to myself.
Sure. So, Farron's instinct or kind of intuition is that the other chamber is probably where the leader came from. If that has any meaning to him.
Yeah, I would explain that to everybody.
What's
See what
down
they
this
wanna do.
direction? Is it just broken?
Sorry, which direction?
Where I'm next to.
You can't tell. You're standing right next to it, and it's this impenetrable fog. It's like this black, foggy.
Does it seem magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
If it is, then I'll dispel it. Or try to, that is.
16. Seems it could be magical. It seems elemental in nature. Like it seems like a fog cloud. It's black. And you can't. It's strange because you can't see through it. It's almost you can't really. You know how you can kind of. There's that subtle white noise of a room. You know, you can just like you can hear the almost the echo of a room. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything through this fog.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay. So you intone the words, make the symbols, clutch your what's Kyra's focus? I don't
Mistletoe
recall.
necklace.
Yes, you cut your necklace, thank you. Doesn't seem to have any effect.
So I just say, hey, Kaylin, Farron, what do you think about this fog situation over here? Apparently it's not magical. I wasn't able to dispel it.
Yeah, one way to find out.
Well, I'm not walking in there.
And Kaylin says, "Oh, are you volunteering, Baslan?"
Sure, let's get moving. I'll go in the fog.
All right.
Get
So-
follows behind.
Cautiously.
Yeah, I stand there with my arms crossed, waiting for them to get chopped. Their heads
Actually,
chopped
I've
off
got
or
my
something.
rope of climbing, so I'll like wrap that around my waist and send the other end like out in the middle of the room, so they can either
Yeah, Kyra grabs
follow
onto
me as
it.
I get pulled in by the giant dragon, or
Yep.
Kyra grabs
I would
it
imagine-
and she walks back.
recover my corpse.
Fantastic. So the first thing you notice that when you like step into it is that it's cold and oily to the touch. Like it kind of like clings to your skin, whatever skin is exposed. It obviously it blocks vision. It when you walk into it, it mutes sound too. You don't hear you for just the briefest moment. You don't hear your friends. When you walk through it, it doesn't stop you, but there's this sort of like psychic resistance, and you're hit by this wave of nausea. Like all of a sudden you just feel kind of sick to your stomach and really creeped out, and you push through, and then you open up and you kind of see into this room in front of you. Your light emanates and reflects off the walls, and you see the following. There is, in the middle of the room, there stands a pedestal. It's actually a sarcophagus. Flame dances above a pool of murky water to the south, like right in front of you, and it's lighting the room. A sarcophagus carved from glassy black stone stands atop a natural pedestal towards the north. The sarcophagus has fluted embellishments, delicate ribs, and friezes that show groveling demons. A moment after that, I'm going to say, Gitgrot, you step through and basically have the same sensation. It's like this oily, cold, it's like cold water, but it's more slimy than that. There's no residue when you get through it, but it just feels like that as you're going through it. You notice that sound, like the clank of your armor stops, both of you, when you're in the cloud. And as soon as they pass through, Farron, Kyra, and Kaylin also notice, like the moment they're engulfed into the cloud, it's as if they disappear. The rope still keeps pulling forward, but you can't hear them or see them. And when you look back over your shoulders, Gitgrot and Baslan, you don't see your friends either. You just see this black cloud standing right behind you.
I got a question.
Gotcha.
Is the
Okay.
the rope of climbing, that's a magical rope of climbing, not just I have this rope and I use it for climbing. That is like the actual rope of climbing.
It is the actual it literally is like as you hold it, it's literally like snaking around your forearm.
Okay, I'm
So,
gonna produce
yeah.
flame on the black cloud. I want to see if it lights up. I asked that because I don't want to light up the end of this rope, and if it's
Sure,
magical,
yeah.
it's not gonna light
Please
up.
don't.
So it's not going to
No.
if it's magical. So that's why I was asking before I did it.
I'm kind of guessing the rope is sort of loosely like just dragging along the ground. You know, you don't have it held taut, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't have no
and
thought.
so
I just
you can
have it
produce-
held just in case.
Yeah, it just sort of like, you know, it illuminates for a second and dissipates. It doesn't seem to have any effect.
So it doesn't catch or anything.
No. It's not like actual oil.
No, I just
Correct.
I
It's-
wanted. I'm investigating
Yeah.
since you said it may
no,
be
that was-
magical, which means it might not be. So I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
it's-
well, let's do some investigation.
The flame is actually like deadened. Like it's not nearly as bright as you would expect it to be. It's not, you know, it doesn't penetrate this fog. So you kind of see it for a moment, but it like the second you see it, the next second it's gone. I'm gonna guess that your octopi are sort of like following behind you all.
No, I told them to stay
Slowly.
there and keep watch.
Oh, you want them to stay? Okay,
Yeah,
I apologize.
Yeah, stay
they
there
are-
and keep watch.
Got it.
Yeah,
I
they're
so
really
wish I was-
slow, so I'm okay with
Yeah.
them until.
Yep.
I so wish I was slightly injured. I'd smear some blood in my helmet and like roll it back through the cloud at their feet.
Oh my gosh, I would yank back on that thing so quick.
As it is, what I'll do is I'm gonna take now I can control the rope of climbing. If I can do this, I'll almost can I like have it almost the end of it twitch like to beckon them like someone with a finger, or is it not have that control?
Sure, of course. Why not?
I'll try doing that. Like pretty much give the yank or two on the rope and have it like beckon for them to follow me.
I audibly say, and I go, I look at
it's like-
Farron, and I'm like, do you know what this? Do you have any idea what this is? Because it's not lighting, it's not magical. I don't know what this thing is. It has to be magical. If it's not even, it's snuffed out my hands, my flame.
Is our room anything living or not living but walking in it immediately apparent, or does it seem
Nope.
like we just have the sarcophagus?
It's the two features in this room that are strange. There are the sarcophagus on the pedestal and this sort of pool of. It's a pool of liquid, but there's flame coming
Above
out
it?
of it. Yeah,
Got it.
I
I'm
hand
gonna
the rope to
stick
Kayla.
my head back through the curtain real quick, sort of hold my breath and just say, "Hey, looks clear. Some sort of a burial chamber, I think, with their sarcophagus. It's safe to come in." And
Does
then-
he look different?
Nope. Looks like Boslan. Sounds like Boslan.
So wish I was injured and mess with the helmet.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, Tyler.
I was gonna ask if Geekrat would know the material the sarcophagus is carved out of. Is this like an obsidian sarcophagus, basically?
If it's not obsidian, it's something incredibly close to obsidian.
Gotcha. Is there any other inscriptions on it, like wording or anything like that?
Yes. Are you investigating it?
Yeah.
So look, give me an investigation check, first of all. Then I will tell you what you determine.
I hand the rope to Kaylin.
A 13.
Yeah, actually, I've
Okay, so
probably had the rope come back to me.
Oh, well.
Okay.
It unwraps and I start pulling it, or I can pull it and then see if it brings Kyra with it.
Kaylin would walk
Well,
through as soon as
I would.
possible.
I would probably be brought with it because I was holding it, and that would have freaked me out. I'd be like, "Whoa!" And then I probably would have went in there unwillingly.
Oh, I should have just done that, but I was afraid you damaged my rope and just start pulling the rope very slowly, relentlessly.
If you yanked it,
I
I
need
would
to
have
find.
went with it.
Sorry, I thought I had the symbol, but I need to find it. So just bear with me for just a second. I thought I had it already set for you guys.
I have this creepy sensation that this wall is gonna either close off or something. Mark my words.
They have been marked.
What is this creepiness? that I'm looking at.
Hold your
now.
thought. Hold your thought. Hold your thought. Shit. Come on, damn it. There we go. I'm trying to get a symbol. I thought I had it loaded and I didn't, so it's important. And I need to make sure you guys can see it.
I don't know what this black cloud is, do I?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, probably won't be any better. No, it is a bit better.
23. So it's definitely elemental in nature, and it's functioning in some way as a curtain. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It's just a fog curtain. It's so that you.
Is it coming out of something,
Give
like
me-
out of the wall, or?
No, it's just hanging
it's
there.
just-
It's just hanging there. It's very stationary. I mean, it kind of swirls a little bit. It's fog, but it doesn't move. Like when someone moves through it, it doesn't move
Use my
with them.
mage hand to see if I can try and like take some out of it.
Yeah, that it just passes through it. Give me a intuition, or sorry, insight check.
Oh, 16.
So you're kind of thinking to some of the conversations, the brief ones you've had with some of these different cultists and stuff. Two things stick out in your mind. The first is the leader of the air, that tower that you guys were in, the group of the apparent air cult, the Howling Hatred. He seemed to have it in for the Black Earth. Similarly, Vizan, the second in command of the Black Earth, sort of seems to have it in for, or at least asked you to help, quote, like deal with the fire,
Is this like thing, like this cloud, meant to like keep out people from other sects, sort of thing?
not so much keep out as keep separate, like to create a sort of privacy, maybe. So okay, when you first came down, that side felt like the temple upstairs, this temple of elemental earth, the Black Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, everything feels like it's got to do with the eternal flame somehow. There's this magma pit. There's these fire-breathing minotaur. There's right next to you. There's this murky pool of water that's on fire, essentially. So it's like you're getting this real sense of like the influences or the subtleties of the different elemental energies, and at the same time that you're kind of coming to this sort of idea, so looking at this image and sees, let me go with this one. Sure, I thought I had it saved, I just didn't ever upload it. So give me a sec while this uploads, and I'll show you all what you see on the top. There is a carving on top of the sarcophagus, and yeah, it's a symbol that essentially seems to connect these disparate pieces. You recognize. So let me save that and then show to the players. Okay, can everybody see this?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So This is the image. There's no color. It's just carved into the black stone. But imagine it if it was a flat image. So circling from the left, you've seen the circle all the way to the left. The symbol, rather, all the way to the left. The symbol all the way to the left, you think, as far as you can recall, was
The air.
What the air elementals were wearing.
Was it like all of them to get
The air
together
cult.
and then they'll produce this creature thing?
the second one gives you this. You've seen that. It's the Black Earth.
Mhm.
So by deduction,
Fire,
you can
water.
sort of gather fire, water must be the next two.
Yeah.
The third symbol sort of looks like a brazier, sort of. And the last one could be seen as like some kind of a vessel, So
we see this like elemental-ish markings on the sarcophagus, but you said it almost looked like it had demonic carvings. Is it like in addition, or is this what we're actually looking at now?
I need give me a intelligence check. Good question. And anyone that and really anyone or everyone, if they're since you all are kind of puzzling this at the same moment, anyone can give me investigation.
Oh, that was a saving throw, but the intelligence is
well-
actually the same, right?
Actually, it's a 5.
For you, it should be. For you, it should be. Yours is a 5 because you rolled that with advantage for some reason.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So you're not really sure. The Gitgrot, for certain, knows that the sarcophagus is an example of drow artistry. There's no question about that to you.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. Don't know.
Let me see if Kaylin has any thoughts in this matter.
Why are my people so creepy?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, you all are kind of like puzzled at this point. This image is important, but it's sort of not.
Can someone get it down on something like a scroll or something, so we know what it looks like and can like ask around, or do like research on it when we get
Farron
back?
has a book he's been drawing in.
Yeah, Farron could easily sketch that out.
All right. That would be.
What's Farron's passive investigation?
13.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of the extent of what you've gathered so far. The carvings on the side are demonic, definitely drow. The carving on the top looks to be also the same carving, like the same style of carving, but somehow it's connected to these cults at the same time.
I asked about, like, a while ago, the stuff on the ground. What was that?
The stuff on
The oil, the oil flame.
Yes. So there is a pool of murky water that there's like flame that's about it's like burning on the water.
Is there any loose rock around?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can I see
take
down the
I
corner?
take a piece and just throw it in.
Okay. Bloop, bloop. It just ripples the surface.
Gotcha.
It's murky. You can't. It doesn't appear to be tremendously deep, but you can't tell really.
Gotcha.
Can I see down the corridor?
Sorry, I should have showed that already. You see another one of the foggy clouds.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I ask one of my, or I don't ask, I tell one of my minions to go walk through the cloud. And I say, I'm just going to ask one of them to walk through the cloud, see if anything happens.
Okay.
Since I share a telepathic link with it, but I need for y'all to move out of the way because they're not tiny creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Okay.
gonna pick up Farron and move him out of the way. Pick up Caitlin, did the same thing.
All right. Let me see something.
And if it vanishes or disappears or I lose some kind of, then I know we probably shouldn't go that direction. Although I think that's probably the only way we can go. Oh no, we can go the other way. There's another path. All right. Does anything
There are
happen
plenty of other paths.
to it when it goes in there?
I am trying to determine that now. So bear with me as I consider. Nothing seems to happen to it. I mean, it goes through. You have do you have a telepathic link with them?
Yeah, I can. They're my entities, my fae spirits that I put up, and I can tell them what to do telepathically. So, I mean, I would assume if they died, I would know that they died. It just kind of makes logical sense.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Then nothing seems. Yeah, they don't seem. What is it? Which
I told it
is
to
it
walk through. I just
animals?
can't see, so I just told it to go walk all the way through and keep walking. Yeah,
Sure.
it's conjure animals.
Conjure animals. Yeah, just want to try to get a little more detail. Make sure I'm kind of thinking about this right. Conjure animals. Where the heck are you? Gosh, there's a lot of conjure spells. All right, so. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. Huh, so it doesn't actually say you have a telepathic connection
I
with
said
them.
that I had that. All right.
Yeah. It says they're friendly to you and your companions. They're considered fae. They have their own initiative. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. No action required by you. You just have to speak
I
to
wouldn't
them.
know if one died. I just wouldn't know that there was one that just died.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But you could have commanded it to go in and then turn around.
No, I said I commanded it to just go in, not like just stop there, like to go through there.
And then?
That's all. I mean,
just to go through the cloud and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
go through
that's
the
what it does.
Agick shrugs and walks through.
I mean, by all intents and purposes, it should be there with Gitgrot then, for whatever reason.
This is gonna get interesting.
Say if there's bad guys, kill them.
You can see a fair way across. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, you can see to about there.
Yeah, this is if I don't if I don't issue any commands, they defend themselves. So sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
so
though
it's
I
just I'm gonna say it
just
walked in and
go in there and
I'm gonna say standing about there. So get the track of you for just a moment. You step into this room, and this is what you see. This room smells of blood and death. The debris of several recent battles is scattered throughout this rough-hewn chamber. A dozen dead warriors, clearly of the earth and water cults, lie amid a handful of monstrous corpses, such as those as bugbears and ogres. Some of the bodies look like they have been here for months, while others are only days old. No, I'm reading the wrong damn thing. Son of a bitch. Sorry, that was the wrong room.
You tried.
Son of a bitch. Read the right number, Gregory. That's not what you see at all. Scratch all of that. A stone ziggurat.
Brief vision of things elsewhere.
Right, exactly. A stone ziggurat. So to answer the question in the chat, or the chat there, Farron looks at the oil. He looks at this. It looks like there's just oil on top of the water, like somewhere in the from the cracks in the rock. Oil must be seeping up into it. So it just seems like it's literally oil on water. It's kind of a weird, creepy thing, but when you look closer, you're like, oh, there's nothing like special about it. It's just oil and water that happens to be on fire.
Okay.
All right, so a stone ziggurat capped by a huge altar of black granite stands in the middle of this cavern. At the foot of the altar lies a bound and gagged figure. Fresh rivulets of blood stain the altar and trickle down the steps of the ziggurat. On all sides of the cavern, guttering flames dance atop sluggish pools of oily water. Gusts of wind moan and howl from fissures high in the cavern walls. This chamber is quite large. It goes beyond the edge of your regular dark vision, so it's like it's a good, it's at least 100 feet across, you'd guess, or close to. You see more of that flaming water off to your left, which would be to the east. Let's see. I need to check some stuff. Give me a sec, because this is complicated. Okay. So here's what you see. You see, obviously, several individuals on the steps as well as on top of the ziggurat. There are... The closest one to you looks like... Let's see if I do this right. The first one closest to you appears to have leather armor, and has some daggers belted on their side.
Gotcha.
The one on the top in the corner here, sort of the next closest to you, similarly, he appears to have studded leather armor and has a rapier on his belt.
And a nice full beard.
To you can't tell. There are two others standing sort of top of the ziggurat. They look like monks, essentially. There's like swirl pattern tattoos. They have sort of these flowing robes. And the other most important figure you think you see is standing right in front of the altar. And it seems to be a woman. The strangest thing about her, she's holding this amazing looking spear, and
her shoes.
You think she has wings.
Okay.
Oh, not her shoes.
She looks about the size of an elf, but she seems to have these like iridescent, kind of like mystical looking. Not mystical. She looks like she has wings. She looks like she looks to you like a winged elf.
Gotcha.
Bavarian or something. So,
I quickly turn around and throw my hammer through the smoke, assuming trying to get people's attention to come over.
okay.
Smacks Bassalon in the face.
Bassalon walks in and just gives her a hammer to the face, instantly knocked out.
Damn you, Thor!
That was bad timing to walk in there.
I'm gonna have Bassalon give me a dexterity check. we'll see how badly that goes.
Yeah, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, so
me see
luckily it was
Bassalon.
kind of an underhanded toss. It wasn't a really hard throw, and you're sort of on edge. So with your skill in your combat kind of awareness, oh, wait a minute, you keep rolling with advantage. Unclick advantage, but it was still a 22.
How do I do
doesn't
that?
matter.
I don't know.
On your character sheet, there should be top right. There's like little buttons that say normal, advantage, disadvantage.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
You guys messed with me last time. Not my fault. So do I
But
catch the hammer because I'm Mr. Badass?
No. You still have cat-like reflexes. You dodge out of the way, and then it whips back into.
You catch it, but you're not worthy.
So, so you see this. You see what you would. You. Give me an insight check, Gitgrot.
Insight. Here we go. That is not some good insight.
Yeah, so you're focused on like getting your friends in here. You're not exactly sure what's going on. So stuff starts happening. First thing you notice is that the closest cultist turns to look at you. The two on top of the altar don't seem to pay you any mind at first, but the others seem to have noticed you. I'm gonna say, all right, what is everyone else doing?
Gitgrot wave.
Coming in because Gitgrot said come in.
Yeah, I'm coming in, bringing the hammer with a unhappy look on my face.
Realize that this oil's pretty useless, so I'm just following.
Okay.
Gitgrot wave at them, like in a very friendly way.
Like a one-fingered way.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, so you walk in and you hear one of the cultists say, whisper, like, "Mistress, mistress." It's loud enough for you to hear it, but because there's just some simple.
We're dwarf racists.
Okay, I gotta check this. Hold on. Oh, there's a lot going on here, so bear with me here. Let me make sure I don't skip anything.
You didn't wear your commemorative shoes.
Exactly.
Is he doing like the hey?
Okay.
It's like shut up, dude. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, the prophet steps away from the. I'm gonna say you all enter the room. She steps away from the altar and to the edge of the ziggurat. She's like watching you all to see what you're gonna do.
Oh, we're in the room. Can we
are
move
you guys
into
gonna
the room?
keep moving? I didn't hear that.
I said, can we keep moving into the room since you said we're in the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna move in if
That's
Gitgrot's
why
not
I'm
in the way.
asking, Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to ask. Yeah. So are you guys gonna step in at least a pace or two? All right. So she essentially is waiting for what she thinks is all of you to get into the room. Is Farron staying behind the cloud or getting?
Sorry, I would have moved up, knowing that people were walking behind me. My bad.
No worries.
No, I'd go.
So she turns to you all and she kind of waits a moment and then looks. She says to you, she says, so you have arrived. You have shown you are resourceful and have great courage. we can use you. Swear allegiance, such as you have never dreamed of.
It's a bit forward.
She's smiling down at
That's why
you.
I'm like going.
So you can buy me dinner first, lady.
Before you rape me. Jeez.
Gitgrat like instantly launches his hammer at the bottom guy at the bottom of the step.
All right. Okay. Before
Well, hey, good.
we will get to that, just does anyone else want to try to figure out who these people are before we get into combat?
I was going to ask
Or are
who
you
she
just
is,
gonna
but I
fucking forget it and go?
Because I don't really care. Do I see more of the room since I'm in there now, or what? I mean, this octopus is like huge, so I can probably see under its legs, or around its legs, or whatever.
Sorry. Oh yeah. I can. Give me a sec. I'll open up the room. That's fair. And then I didn't quite catch what Boslam was asking.
I was going to ask her who she is, but that's probably a little, late.
I mean, you can totally have a conversation while Gitgrat's just killing everybody.
That's true.
I'm gonna. So
Not like it hasn't
So,
happened
well, here's what
before.
we're gonna do. So, Gitgrat wants to. Gitgrat is gonna throw his warhammer. I'm gonna say this is. We're gonna treat this sort of as a surprise round, but I want everyone to roll. Reaction times.
Hey.
It's not technically. It's not technically. Did you roll a 19? Nice.
Yeah.
So just like standard
It's not
initiative.
technically yeah, it's gonna be essentially it'll be standard initiative because, I mean, yeah, basically we'll do it that way because this is gonna be a little, and I got lots of initiatives to roll, so you guys have to bear with me for just a moment as I pull up all
I speak faster
the
than
damn
he throws the hammer.
spectacular. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out.
Who are you? Wow. Oh, by the way, pardon our dwarf. He's a little testy today.
The question is going to be if she can respond to you before.
My name is. His blood gets splattered across her face.
I would assume that if somebody speaks up, Gitgrat would stop.
Yeah, well, you're
Make
kind of
us
the
up.
first person in there. So.
Yeah, but also Gitgrat would be very angry that she's trying to. He doesn't like recruiters, you know.
Yeah,
Recruiters
I
piss him
mean,
off.
I kind of turn my face off to that too. I'm just kind of going.
Tell me
Really?
something!
You just. Yeah.
How dare
I
you
don't
try
like
to
that.
The floating head from Rick and Morty comes in. Show me what you got.
Oh God, I still haven't seen Rick and Morty.
I like
to.
what you got.
When is
so
the next
good.
season?
It
I
is
like.
really good.
They haven't released like actual
They
dates
got like
yet.
green.
They've had
Didn't
some
they
real
like
problems.
get greenlit for
For
like
7
70
seasons.
episodes?
Yeah, for
70
like 7
yeah.
seasons. It's ridiculous. They were having such a problem before that, getting like greenlighted for anything. Like they couldn't get episodes at all, and then out of nowhere they greenlighted them for 70 episodes.
Yeah, because it's like it's not just funny; it's an actual intelligent kind of show. I don't know why they. I don't know. I guess producers not willing to part with their money very readily.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that happened there. But I mean, it was such a big show that I had a hard doubt that it was just gonna die.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No, it's pretty funny. You got to catch up sometime, Greg.
Yeah, it's really good.
Especially after the whole Szechuan sauce thing.
Oh, the
Like, so
Szechuan sauce.
bringing-
I have a pocket. I have like a packet of the Szechuan sauce right here with me right
I
now.
mean, gosh, everybody loved that stuff. I mean, I just can't believe they actually said something about it during the thing. It's crazy.
And then McDonald's brought it back because of
Yeah,
Rick and
just
Morty.
for the show. That was awesome.
All right, I'm opening like all these different sheets, so it's gonna slow down a tiny bit. So just bear with me so I can get everything set. Almost ready.
It's all good. No
And
worries,
then-
Greg.
Then we
Good
will
thing they-
go.
McDonald's didn't have a cream of some young boy sauce. They referenced it.
I think there's a reason they haven't done that.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I feel like that's how McDonald's loses its entire market share.
Oh gosh. Let me roll. For this,
I
this
did-
octopus.
I did warn everyone this is an adult show. So.
Yeah.
All right. So we
Ironic, 'cause we're acting like children, but
I know, right? All right, so I am just about set. I gotta just get some stuff out of my way so I can follow along with what happens.
Let me
All right,
roll.
and then we have our. Did you
Ooh,
roll
nice.
for the
18.
octopi?
Yep. I'm gonna change it.
Okay,
right
so
now.
Okay. Is Kalen?
Right.
What do you roll for Kalen?
183.
Let me know when they're.
183.
I'd roll for Kalen, but I know he's got like +3
Yeah,
initiative
roll
or
for
something like that.
I have not rolled for Kalen yet, have I? Okay, so let me get that underway. Does someone want to handle Kalen for this battle? It'll definitely save me some time and probably smooth things along.
Yeah, I can.
All right, give me a second to give you. I'm gonna roll his initiative, and then I will give you permission.
I am the get hit in the face. Don't even speak. Hammer to the face.
This can be edited and controlled by.
I can use you. Really?
That's
Oh, I feel dirty all of a sudden.
and I can use you to clean my hammer.
Give it
All
a
right.
shine.
All right. You should
Yeah,
have
I got
control
it.
now. Perfect. All right. So I already rolled his initiative, so you don't have to handle that, but you can deal with his attacks and spells and stuff.
Basilon, either you're one forward or one to the side because it's a large beast. So that square's taken. For the
Well,
octopus.
maybe I was here first.
Was not. The
Or I'm
octopus
stepping
went
on a
in there
tentacle and getting
first.
picked up.
It doesn't even ask nicely. It just knocks you out of the way.
Get over.
Okay. All right. I think I'm set. I'm gonna zoom in just a tiny bit so I can get a little bit better handle on the action. All right. So. All right. So first things first. Let me arrange the marching order here. So the first thing. So all right. So he is actually the quickest. He's not. He has turned to face you. That's all that he does, essentially. He's standing side by side with the elf woman with the interesting wings. What the fuck is he gonna do? I think he's gonna hold action. I don't think he's waiting to see how this plays out. Yeah, so he skips his turn. All right, so Boslan, you act first. So you call out to her.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, I mean, she's demanding our allegiance. And who are you?
She says.
I go by many names.
Nope. She says,
Satan-like.
I am the air prophet, Arisi Kalanoth. And then,
Air?
Boslan, are you going to do anything else? She says, I am the air prophet, Arisi
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, so you're... Alright, so Gickrot then, I guess, is going to unleash his hammer.
Yeah, I just launch it at the guy at the bottom of the steps.
So you do for sure. Alright, there we go. Kana Albond. I love it. What does it mean? Can you tell us, or are you going to share it with us? Seeker of Heads. I fucking love it. All right. Let's see. So 15 at this guy out here in front. A 15 hits. There's a crack and a blast of thunder as the. Oh my God! Did you just? Oh no! Plus the okay. I thought that was. Okay, super. Just made. Well, there's a blast of thunder as it cracks into the chest of this forward acolyte, for lack of a better word, and you stagger her. In fact, what happens? She falls off the step to the backwards to the side, and is not dead, but is not long for living.
So can I move and then throw again?
Yes, you can.
All right, so I'm gonna get around here and then just launch at her right into the corner.
Oh God!
This one won't hit, but it would have been nice.
All right, so this one kind of clangs off the wall. You had disadvantage anyway because it's a prone. She's prone now, so yeah, that one just misses. Like skips off the floor and the wall, the ziggurat, and then returns to your hand. All right, bonus action.
No.
Okay. All right, the hurricanes are next, and these guys move like freaking lightning. As soon as you throw your weapon, and basically are gonna surround you, they move faster than anything you've seen. They remind you a little bit of what was her name? The gal that was from the Black Earth, the monastery. Oh, I keep forgetting all the names.
Helen
Ray? Yes, Helen Ray, exactly. These guys move a little bit like her. A little bit. They're more like, again, it's the air cult, so like their pantaloons are like billowing. They have scarves and crap that are like flowing behind them. They zoom around next to you and try to unleash some attacks here.
Oh, you didn't tell me they were dressed gay. I would have definitely attacked him.
Okay. His dex mod is a... Oh, because who's going first? Well, this will all happen simultaneously. Sorry. And I believe theirs is better than or equal to yours. They have a dex bonus of 3. So...
How many fights did he get into since?
What is Kalen's? Is his the same?
He's got a dex bonus of +2.
Okay, so he goes.
All right, and how about the octopi?
After me, and the octopus goes after Kalen. So I go before Kalen, and the octopus.
How come he's got no bardic inspirations or hardly any spell slots?
Yeah, you haven't had a short rest. Yeah, you haven't had a short rest, and he used.
I didn't think he was in that many fights.
Fair amount.
What was all we did last time?
Well, the Minotaurs. You fought through the Minotaurs. He used quite a few of his spells.
I only used one
not all
spell.
of them, but
Well, 2 now.
he used Shatter, Thunderwave, and Blade Barrier for sure.
He's got like no first levels, no second levels, and 2/3 and a 4th.
He probably remember when we took that long rest. It just probably didn't.
I wonder if he did the long rest.
Yeah, he probably just didn't click it.
And he has no bardic inspirations, and I'm just like, whew, yikes, you got nothing, dude.
Yeah, no, he went out.
That's right. I'll just go with what he's got. He's also got 3 out of 7 hit dice, so
yeah, that doesn't make the sense. Yeah, so this doesn't make any sense. He should have way more because you guys did a long rest. Came down here. The only thing that's been fought is the specters. So go ahead and give him the long rest. Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, give him the long rest. He used 2 bardic inspirations last time for sure. For sure, he cast.
He cast Cloud of Daggers once.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did Cloud of Daggers, Shatter, and Thunderwave. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
So 2 second levels and a first level.
Yeah.
Perfect. Plus two bardic inspirations. Give him back with the so that'd be 3 of his hit dice back.
Yeah, that's sweet. I can do that.
So he should be at 6 hit dice.
Yeah, I can do it.
And that goes for all of you guys. If you hadn't done that already, double check. Because if you used hit dice before, you would have regained half of your level worth.
Yeah, I wasn't even.
All right, so as I said, the hurricanes they're incredibly fast. They move like the wind. They flank Gitgrot and are going to attempt. Well, let's see. How am I going to do this? So one of them. I think one of them is going to do something different. Let me double check, make sure I want it. Yeah, that won't work. So one of them does something first. One of them steps in front of you and is going to attempt to blast you. So he unleashes he unleashes a thunder wave. I need you to make a saving throw.
What?
Constitution, so you have a pretty good chance of surviving.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah. All right. So you stand your ground, but you still take 6 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
There's another deafening sound of thunder into this chamber, ricocheting and reverberating. So after he runs up in front of you, casts his spell, scoots alongside of you. His other compatriot comes along and is going to try to unleash a series of blows. So he is going to make 2. 1, 2. Yeah, I know it's. Oh my gosh. So does a 21 hit, Gickrot?
It does, yeah.
All right. So the first strike comes and cracks you under the jaw. You take 9 bludgeoning damage from this solid hit. You bite your cheek. You're like cursing the guy. 9 bludgeoning damage. The second strike because you got knocked back a hair, the second strike swings and actually whiffs in front of your chest. You don't suffer any damage from the second attack.
Nice.
Sure, that's fine, Michelle. I'm fine with that. So let me switch that. There you go. So we'll change the order there a little bit. All right, so that is the hurricane's turn. Kyra is now going to go.
I say I come out this way actually to get out of this bottleneck, and I come to here. Can I stand here? Is that a place to stand?
Hold on, I can't see it. I have something in the way.
So it's that?
Yeah, no, that was my fault. Can you stand? Yes, you can stand right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Right against the wall. You have your back to the wall.
Yeah. All right. So I say, we can still talk while we fight. We just want to maybe get it just down to you so we can talk nicely, and then I will just throw a produce flame for the moment. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna do. No, yeah, actually, I am. A produce flame at this guy.
1 second.
Right there. So, where is my produce flame?
Sorry, I had a sheet in front of me, so I couldn't quite see what that was.
A produce flame at this guy right here.
Okay, got it.
Let me pull it. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 is exactly what you needed. Nice. So you catch him in the side. Yeah, you catch him in the side of his body. He takes a burn to his torso. It doesn't, smell very good. It also singes his clothing. That part of it is like now sort of smoldering. All right. Anything else?
And then I kind of go, I know you didn't start this, but let's just kill everybody, and then we'll just talk with just you and us. And that's all I say.
All right. You notice that her eyes are glaring right now. She looks like the contrast between her like pleasant demeanor from a moment ago is like where she almost had this superior look of calmness. She's now just livid.
Well, you should have said you wanted to use us. I mean, that was it, you know? And that's all I said.
Yep, no sweat. All right, so Kaylin is up. What is Kaylin gonna do?
Kaylin will be. Oh, right here then. Let's do this. Has he still got that thing? That bonus?
Oh,
that
he
hammer?
definitely. Yeah, he would definitely want to smash something, and the nearest thing to him is attacking his friend Gigrot, so he'd probably just want to flank it
that's
and
right,
pound
he's
it.
got that iron thing. I was gonna do something else.
Well, if you want him to do something else, you can. He just wants to smash stuff. Shatter counts as smashing things. He likes Shatter.
It wasn't Shadow. It was gonna be something.
I'm
else.
just-
And then I guess he could go Shadow.
No,
but
whatever
they're
you
all
want.
nice
I'm playing
together,
around.
like.
You're in control of him for the moment, so you do what
He's
you want.
going to cast Stinking Cloud up on the area. Yeah. Boom.
Okay. Oh, cool. I love it. All right, so let me give you a
20 radius.
area of spell template, 20-foot radius. I think it already comes out with a 20-foot radius. Nope, that's a 10-foot radius. 20-foot radius is going to be... That's 15, 20. Dang, it's big.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check for Kalen.
I mean, he's just gonna put it like on the top,
Like,
right on the top.
like literally right on the top.
No, like on that dude. That's basically that.
Oh, on top of this guy. Okay, like
yeah,
that.
so, yeah.
Okay,
Like
perfect.
boom,
Okay,
Stinky.
okay. Stinking cloud. Very good. Very good. So, would you click that spell for me? Oh, you did. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't see it. Okay, so each creature is completely within the cloud at the start of its turn. Okay, okay. On the start of its turn. Okay, got it. Beautiful.
And then he's just gonna run to there and get his Iron Fang out ready.
Right. Okay. Not gonna try to give flanking for Get Grot.
I suppose I do. No, he's not, because
He doesn't have to. I'm just
he
asking.
assumes Barcelona will do it, and he's
Very
just in
good.
the way now.
Makes sense to me. All right, the octopi will move 10 feet.
Actually, no. This one
Oh,
has
I'm just saying they can only move 10
this
feet.
has
that's
a 15-foot reach, so it's going to grapple the monk guy.
even better. Love that.
So, I need to roll an attack.
Can he reach through?
Oh yeah, he's a large creature.
Yeah, that's no problem.
He's
Yeah,
like-
that's fine.
He's
I
like,
just didn't know.
bleh. All right, so. All
And
right.
it could shift to get out of the way of Bossalon anyway, so.
All right, so it's a +5 to hit. So we'll just do this. 1, 2, 3.
Why don't we do... If that's all right, Kyra, why don't we say
22.
it shifts there? Does that make sense? It just shifts a little bit
Well,
to get
I
it clear.
was gonna not do that because he was stepping out of the way to let the other one through. So he's gonna just stand where he is. I mean, he can do
I
it
gotcha.
like it's just part of his thing. It has a 15-foot reach,
Fair enough.
so it shouldn't have. To
Okay,
move, I don't
it's
think.
got to make a saving throw, or no? No, it just
No,
it is
just
grapple.
grapples as soon as it hits. So does a 22 hit?
Yes, definitely, it's grappled.
Okay, it takes 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage, and
Okay.
it's grappled. And
Didn't I give you the? Didn't I give you the giant octopus?
No,
So you could just click this.
no.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Maybe
for sure.
I just don't know where it is. Then
Character info should be. Let me double check. You might have control of it for some reason, but
all right,
it's in there.
all right. Well, I'll take a look then.
Just want to see if this works.
It's 10, but I'll
I
10
like to do
damage.
it to myself.
yeah, find it.
10 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Okay. All players, Kyra, yeah.
Oh,
it
I
should
see
be.
it. I see it right here. Okay. All right, so I'll use this from now on.
I mean, you could do it either way. I just thought it's easier. That's all.
Sweet, that worked.
Okay. All right. So, 10 damage. It takes bludgeoning. So it's getting beaten and bruised. Still seemed okay.
And the other one,
It's
don't know.
actually looking pretty bloodied right now. I should say it's
So-
looking.
the other one's gonna
bloodied.
walk in. It'll just have to do double walking. It's gonna dash, so double walking around Farron since he's like in the way.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
It could probably get right next to you. It could probably get to like right here if you want.
yeah, that's pretty much just there, I guess. About how far I can get. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, Yeah, I think it probably can only go like there at the most.
Dishonest Whispers
Okay,
was the only spell that Kaelin was having trouble with, right?
Say it one more time.
Dishonest Whispers was the only spell that Kaelin was having trouble with, right? That wasn't.
I believe I fixed it. So
There was nothing in it, so I just added all the stuff into it.
there was nothing in it? I thought I fixed it.
No,
It must keep changing. Like, they keep updating it and it gets wiped or some crap. Because I had set it up.
Alright,
But that's fine. Thank you for doing that, Reed.
that's
Appreciate it. Alright, so that octopus moves. That one's done. Alright, that's going to make it the initiate's turn. Alright, so Howling Hatred initiates. This one is going to get up off the floor. The one that was abused by Gikrot stands up and then is going to proceed to chuck a dagger at
Con save, isn't it?
Gikrot.
Isn't it con save?
Con save for what?
Stinking Cloud?
Yes.
Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. You're right. I forgot she was in it. So Constitution. Let's see how that goes.
Gonna be a 15.
She succeeds.
Mhm.
And then she's going to chuck a dagger. Does Stinking Cloud, is it only if
Area
you
is
breathe?
heavily obscured. It's heavily obscured, so she can't see.
So she has disadvantage.
Ah. So she does. So she automatically succeeds. You notice possibly that she's holding her breath.
Oh, okay. She still can't see.
And so she chucks a dagger at Gikrot. It like pings off of his shield. He doesn't even have to try to block it.
Oh, so
She's it's heavily obscured. Oh, I see. So she's got disadvantage. So it would have missed anyway. Heavily obscured. The area is heavily obscured. Just all these spells I'm not familiar with. With H creatures. Creatures. Okay. Where does it say it's heavily obscured? I don't see that.
It says the cloud spreads around corner and its area is heavily obscured.
It's heavily obscured. Thank you. I couldn't see that. All right. Beautiful. All right. Okay. Fantastic. In that case, she probably would have stumbled out and away, which she definitely has the movement. Ah, dang it. I don't want to move that. That goes to the back. I want to move her out. So she would have moved to here and then thrown the dagger. And basically it had no effect. The other one similarly is going to do the same. Step back out of the cloud.
Constitution.
Nope.
Oh, so they're immune to poison. Okay, good to know.
No,
They don't need to breathe.
They don't seem. They seem to be. They see. Kyra has a really high passive. You definitely notice they're just holding their breaths.
I don't think you can do
These
that.
two.
It just has to be if they don't need to breathe. There's a difference between holding breath and breathing. I mean, because that would make Stinking Cloud useless if people could just hold their breaths. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Or me.
I was
Sure,
that's what the saving
that's
throw
true.
was.
That's why they have
That's
to make
true.
the
That's
saving
true.
throws.
Fair enough. I'll. So the first one.
Otherwise, next time there's a green dragon breeze on me, I'm gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of like the thing.
No. Well, it's
They have to make the saving throw. If
the thing is they actually have this ability. I can't. All right, let me. They have the ability to hold their breath for 30 minutes, and I'm thinking that makes sense. But you're right. It's not. Did they get stunned? But like they didn't know it, so they're breathing normally. The cloud appears. They make the saving throw. Then they can hold their breath. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to.
I know
So
there
the
was a
second one.
It doesn't really matter if you hold your breath or not because it's just yeah. I can't remember what it's called though.
Can they?
You could also, just to move the game along, give them a bonus their saving throw, or say if they make it, then they like permanently made it, not have to keep rechecking every round.
Yeah.
Those would both
And
sort of
they
make
just-
sense.
They just can't talk because they have to hold their breath.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay, it's
But
it's
the first time they should have to make it the first time.
it can't do anything. So she spends the action, like all she's doing is retching and reeling, but she definitely gets out of the cloud. The last one wasn't in the cloud, so she is just going to run around it, I think. It's 30. She is going to do. She's going to run up onto the top here, like across this way, to like here. And she's going to chuck a dagger at... I think the most obvious person is going to be Boslan, which is going to be pointless, but that's what she's going to do.
I was just being nice and talking to her, you know.
I know.
If she wants to be that way, I can kick some ass, too.
That's true. You're the only person who didn't attack.
So 13, just, you know, it pings off your armor harmlessly. So that's all the initiates. Farron, you're up.
Wait. Oh, I will. Oh. Do we have any of them left? I don't. Oh no. I will take a shot. Can I move to there and then see that person?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little cover, but yes. You're shooting through a large creature, and they're kind of slightly obscured by the wall there.
Are they up higher? Or are they on the same level?
Yeah. No, she's up on the steps, so it's a little bit high. But you can definitely see it. Just give it a +2 to her armor class.
Sure, I'll just shoot.
Okay, so those go up,
Partial
not
cover.
down.
And that's what I figured. It doesn't really matter. So you hit her. So you shoot an arrow. Well, how do you kill her? How would you like to kill her?
Just 2 arrows to the chest. Just dunk dunk.
Yep, didn't even need the second one. The first one takes her down. Right. She goes tumbling down the steps.
Right.
I will let you redirect your second if you would like. I just realized we're listening to cave music instead of like combat music. Hello.
Sure. I can redirect it to the grappled guy that's flanking Gitgrunt.
Play a little more.
If an 18
perfect.
Hit that.
Yeah. All right, super. So that's the second bit of damage was. Oh, I apologize. I didn't see the damage. I was thinking that 10 points was the first bit of damage. So the first one pierces her chest and she staggers, and the second one is the one that actually kills her. I apologize.
Okay.
My mistake. All right, so bonus action?
No, that's it.
Okay, super. All right, so then now Arisi is up on the top and she seems to be angry. What is she going to do?
Constitution saving throw?
Yep. Thank you for the reminder. What was the DC? I don't think she makes it.
15.
Okay. Let me just check to see. That is not one of her. Okay. So, she is going to spend her action retching and reeling, and she's then going to move back away from you all.
Okay, I'm sorry, Gregory. I've just got a question, though. If they're retching and reeling, does that mean they can move?
It doesn't say they can't. It says they spend their action retching and reeling.
Okay, so they just retch and reel and then, like, walk back kind of thing.
She's like staggering away, yeah, for sure. That's all she.
Okay, no problem.
She, like stumbling around blindly almost. But she knows where you guys are, and she's just trying to get away. Actually, she probably would have went straight back. So she's just like getting the hell away from you all at the moment. It doesn't say they're stunned or, you know what I mean, immobilized or anything like that.
I was just wondering.
Yeah. So, and I think you can you move the cloud? No.
No.
No, okay. It's just there.
I mean,
it's a good way to block a corridor or whatever.
Wind or something,
Sure, exactly. exactly. All right, cool. So that's her turn. She's done. Wind Harrow. That doesn't say it kills her bonus action either, but I'm not going to give it to her. He needs to make a save. Oh, I don't have him open. Damn it. The sheets are a little slow. I apologize. It's taking extra time. Okay. Okay, so he is also going to not succeed, and shit, what's he gonna do? Basically, he's gonna try to do the same thing, I think. Yeah, I think with Stinging Eyes, he's going to do the exact same thing. He is not a heroic dude. Okay, so those two guys were pretty much shut down. Baslan, back at the top. What are you going to do? You tried saying hello, didn't work. All kinds of action has happened around you.
Big fart happened up on top of the thing.
Stepping up and probably annihilating this sucker.
Has Boss Long gone mute?
Possibly.
Oh, I have been muted. Sorry about that.
Red, are you unmuted?
Yeah, I have some background to deal with, so.
No worries. Okay,
Anyway, so
well, your
I move in
first...
there, I make scathing comments about his choice of wardrobe, and I slash at him with the short sword.
Okay, the first one is enough to take him down.
Okay.
So if you would like, you can...
Am I able to move? I mean, I guess I moved that, but it was just one step. So do I get the rest of my movement still?
It says you have to be completely within it at the start of your turn. Did you have... You only moved 5 feet?
Yeah, because
So
I
could...
started here.
Yeah, you could get well over to here without any trouble.
Okay,
10,
so
15,
I'll
yeah, you
duck through and dash past. Now I still have something to attack. Can I use that, or am I not able to?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so that would have been... Of course, this one's not on advantage. Of course, I didn't even get advantage on that last one. I just rolled really well.
Yep, both of them you rolled really well. So yeah, you come over and slash this one. It hasn't been injured yet, so it takes a wound. Still seems to be okay.
Now, technically, I get an additional strike because I was killing blow on the other one. So can I strike that as well?
Yeah, you spin around and as you move past him, you're slashing at it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do... Wow, 3 for 3. Of course, what's mine to hit?
Jeepers.
Those have been good. 15, 16, and 15 for the rolls.
Yeah, those have been solid rolls for sure.
Yep.
So another 14 damage. He's bleeding really badly right now. You poke him twice as you pass, and he's kind of like leaning over to the side because of the wounds you've inflicted. Bonus action?
None.
Alright, Nick Rot. I want to try to finish this guy.
I was gonna launch my hammer at this guy, still, like, just focused on downing him. This guy.
Okay.
Hold up.
Does that provoke an opportunity attack?
A throwing weapon?
When
You're
you're
just doing
in melee with someone.
Just a disadvantage. If you're doing ranged
That's
while somebody's engaged with you.
That's right, Thank you. I think I'm mixing up 4th edition. You didn't... Okay, so roll a second time because you didn't put the disadvantage.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Okay, so the hammer goes whizzing by its head.
Alright.
If you click the disadvantage, you can just click one more time.
Gotcha. Oh, I clicked it twice on accident.
It's all good. So yeah, unfortunately, you're trying to. So you're kind of like keeping an eye on this dude that's next to you. You know he's not a huge threat. He's about to die, but at the same time, it's just that battle awareness that is naturally kicked in, and it throws your aim off. Plus, these guys are really dexterous, so it dodges out either way.
Gotcha.
Bonus action or movement?
No, I'm good.
All right. This last hurricane is going to. He doesn't want to die, so he is going to disengage. And he has a hell of a lot of movement. So, where is? Yeah, so he's gonna haul butt and run essentially across the cloud and try to sort of duck behind the stairs there. Oh, he actually has a hell of a lot of movement. Is he gonna chicken out? No, he's just gonna get over. Yeah, he's just coming over close to Arisi, thinking she'll protect him. All right, that's his turn. Next is Kyra.
I'm just gonna go. Gosh. Let's see, maybe. Probably go this way. 1, 3, 4. Stood there. And I am going to I think I'm gonna hold an action. See if I can see this guy. I don't think that I can see him where I'm at.
Which one?
Any of these people? I don't think I can see any of them. Or can I see any of them? I guess I should rephrase.
Trying to remember. I don't remember how tall that is. Sorry for crunching. Where's the... How did I lose my page? There we go. Somehow I lost my page. That is a... Does it say... Doesn't really say how. It says a huge. No, that's a huge altar. Stone ziggurat. Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't see him. Just the angle and the position you're in right now.
So I just don't see anybody over there at all.
Oh, because you're this guy.
No, it's fine. I just want to know because it makes sense on what I'm gonna cast. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't think you would see them. I think it's kind of like too hard to see where they're at. You have a probably an idea of where they are, but I don't think you can see them.
Okay. All right.
Because of the angle of the ziggurat.
All right. Then what I'll do is I'm just going to hold my action to produce flame when I see them.
As soon as you see some, okay.
See a
Perfect.
bad guy, in essence.
Got you. And just as you're kind of like taking a note and looking around, I didn't say it earlier, but in this chamber, the ceilings are about 30 feet high. So, you know, there's a fairly good amount of space for stuff to happen. But this ziggurat goes up off the floor at least 10 feet, and so it's, you know, and they're on the other side of it. All right, so that's Kyra. She's holding. Kalen is then gonna do what?
He's gonna say in Wolvish. Bad luck there, good God. Don't worry, I'll finish him off. Run. There. Then he's gonna attack.
So with Iron Flang whizzing around, his first strike crushes his opponent.
I think that was all he can move.
You guys watch as the spike of the pick just clearly pierces right through the entire chest cavity of this initiate.
Don't know if he has any. I don't think he has any bonus action stuff, does he? Apart from inspiration.
Inspiration or an attack, but yeah.
Yeah, but he can't move anymore. So I think he's got 5 feet of movement.
All right, the octopus.
Yeah.
Well, they can't go through the clouds, so they're just going to. One's gonna come here, and the other one's gonna come here. I'm gonna say this one's gonna dash for its action to here. And
Sure.
This one
Fine
will
with
dash to here. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So one Howling Hatred initiate is dead with arrows in its chest. The other has a big freaking hole in its chest. The third one, seeing this new assailant, takes 2 steps back, and then is going to try to throw a dagger at Kaelin. And actually, they have. Yeah, she using his special ability to gain. Let's see. Advantage on this throw. And it a 19 hit Kaelin, I think.
Yeah. Just.
Okay, so it just pierces through. It like finds a nick in his breastplate. And he only takes 4 piercing damage, but he's got a dagger stuck in him now. Alright, that's all that he can do. And it's your turn, Farron.
Okay. I will. What have I got? 25 to do. Don't think I'm in the car.
No, you're on the edge of it. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't really do anything there. That's. I'll dash. And, get over to there.
Alright. Very good. Alright. And last but not least, Arisi. She's coughing, spitting, wiping her eyes. And she curses you all. And then, what is she going to do? I need She is going to cast a spell. So you hear, I think, let me make sure there's a verbal component. Yep. You hear some spell casting begin, and you know that she has cast some kind of magic. Farron, you probably recognize that she has gone invisible.
Okay.
So we are at 11 o'clock, and there's no way we're going to finish this combat. How do you guys feel about calling it here since we're at the top of the initiative order?
I don't mind if you guys want to stop.
Let me defer to Brett and Tyler. Do you guys want to do one more round, or should we?
No, I'm getting tired. We got to stop. I was going to mention that. So we will.
All right, so we're at
continue.
Yeah, we're at the top of the combat round. It makes sense. Irisi vanishes, turns invisible, and you are still trying to conquer these foes. We'll pick it up next time with a little more of this battle. So far you've taken care of her minions pretty easily. Now let's see what happens. So I will say thank you for joining us. I want to give a shout out to Michelle and say, hey, check out Kit Kachel. She does some awesome streaming of her own, so check out her games. I've been playing with Farron, being played by Reed, Gitgrot, our good friend Tyler, and Boslan by Brett. Thank you all for a great game. I apologize for the slowness of my internet, and look forward to completing this combat with the second of the prophets that you have encountered. This one seems to be wielding a mighty spear, and you don't know if she can fly yet, but she has wings, so that might be an interesting development for the next combat. So we'll see what happens next time. Thanks for joining me. Keep rolling 20s, everybody.
Yeah, but who can't fly these days?